We are officially 2 weeks out from school starting. Summer's winding down, routines are creeping back in, and honestly, I'm feeling it. Today is a new day, so let's go. My husband actually beat me to the gym this morning, so no whiteboard for me, but here's a cute one of him. Since he was ready before I was, he definitely made my pre-workout mixed with my creatine, always. My daily creatine is one of the most researched supplements out there, not for muscle, but also for brain health and recovery. So if you're not taking it yet, maybe you should start. Okay, like I said, it is Monday, so it is shoulder day. I like to start the week off with shoulders. It's an easy transition from the weekend into a new week. Unlike doing legs on a Monday, it's just not for me. I love warming up with the PVC pipe. It's a super easy tool and extremely cheap. You can just go to Home Depot or Lowe's and purchase a PVC pipe to the length that's best for you. I use it for shoulder day, leg day. We always start with a solid warm up. Today we had seated dumbbell press, lateral raises, and front raises before our conditioning. So we worked up to a moderately heavy weight for 4x8 on the seated dumbbell press. You should be able to go a little heavier here, being that it is seated versus a standing dumbbell press. You have the back of the bench to support, and that will keep you from arching or rocking the body in order to get the weight over. So you are strictly using your shoulders to get that weight up overhead. All right, so that is the end of our dumbbell press. We all know I am a hair clip girly, but the hair clip and the bench do not mix. So moving on to the lateral raises, you are going to be lifting just at your shoulder height. We're not going to go above the shoulders, and we are going to superset here with the front raises. These are the front plate raises. We want to do slow and controlled movements here. We are really trying to define the head of the shoulder, so these movements don't have to be heavy. They will burn just as bad, trust me. At this point, I was really feeling the effects of the pre-workout. My face was so itchy. Heading right into conditioning because at 5 a.m. we don't have time. For the conditioning, we had a EMOM. The first minute was goblet squats. Well, it was actually thrusters because apparently our coach hates us, but we changed that to goblet squats and then into the dumbbell press and pull-ups. For the dumbbell press, we did standing since we did do seated, and here we're actually trying to get 15 reps in that minute and still have time to rest. So you would imagine my shoulders were on fire. For the pull-ups, if you have your pull-up but know that you are going to end up burning out, I would recommend using a band for assisted pull-ups. We don't want trashy reps. We want to make sure that our reps are clean and we are not injuring our shoulders with this movement. So even if you have a pull-up, set your ego aside and do assisted. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for our strength and conditioning this morning. I did end up with some extra time because, like I said, we're not back in school just yet, but we are trying to work on getting back into the routine of things. So while my husband was getting ready for work and the kids were still sleeping, I decided to work on some of my calisthenics. If you've been here a while, you know that I have been working on my handstand, my free handstand press. So the band helps me open up my straddle and work on things like my L-sit so that I can strengthen my core and legs in order to press into that freestanding handstand. I love using the band. It's so versatile. As you can see, I was using it for the pull-ups and now for calisthenics. Resistance bands are definitely a piece of equipment I would recommend to anyone that is trying to build their home gym, just like I would recommend you check your Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp. That is how we built the gym that we have today. Do not think that we are out here paying retail value for half the items in this gym. I think we have only purchased 2 items new out of the box, and that is our rower and our Echo bike, and honestly I would not go back. I would totally recommend both of those things as well. Again, if you do not have the space, you do not need a gym to this extent in order to perform well. Also, hot girls clean up after themselves. Say it with me, hot girls clean up after themselves. Yes, even in your own space. But anyways, real talk, last week was probably the worst week I've had in my training block so far. We are still technically in a my base train. We will not be training for our marathon until September, but we are continuing to rack up the miles, and we are trying to gradually increase our miles on a weekly basis. Last week was terrible, honestly. I feel like I was running through molasses and everything just felt heavy, and even just hitting 6 miles is torture. So just know that you're not the only one going through it. Even when social media is showing you all the highlights and everyone is doing amazing and you feel like you're the only one struggling, trust me, you are not alone. I am right there with you, and not every day is rainbows and butterflies, and not every day do I wake up at 5 a.m. wanting to go and run 6 miles. But as cliche as it sounds, you can do hard things and you are stronger than you think. So put your head down, nose to the ground, and grind. I did start weighing out my food recently. I do have a few goals I want to hit prior to starting our marathon training. So I did weigh out my turkey because I wasn't sure how much ground turkey I had in there. On that note, I do love adding turkey to the majority of my meals. It is the perfect lean protein that's going to add bulk, and you're going to feel satiated for longer with your higher protein meals, obviously. Don't come at me for my coffee after pre-workout, because do as I say, not as I do. I understand this is an insane amount of caffeine, but it is the only way to survive with 2 littles on summer vacation. Speaking of my littles, they should be up any minute now. So before I go, I just wanted to leave you with this last piece of advice. Do not take last week into this week. It's okay to start over on a weekly basis. Mentally, physically, every week is going to be different. So make sure we are starting fresh. You have a whole week ahead of you. Bye.